Hello everyone. I decided to come up here and try to do a real quick video in response to the video I made about a month ago. I wanted to keep my promise and come up here and answer questions that people had about how God cured me of PCOS and how now I'm blessed with 3 beautiful kids. I'm gonna say 2 beautiful girls and a handsome boy because my son hates when I call him beautiful. He be like, I'm handsome. So I'm going to try to make this quick and get straight to the point. I will start out with the fact that I used to have irregular menstruals from the very first time when I first got my menstruals. They never was regular. But when I went to the doctor, they told me it wasn't anything to worry about, that it was normal for me. So I just took it as, okay, this is me. I'm not supposed to have regular menstruals. But as time went on, I never got pregnant. You know how the family come around, they always want to know once you get over 18, graduate high school, some family members think you're supposed to go out here, have kids because you're in a relationship and stuff like that. But I never got pregnant, and the times that I went to the doctor, they would check like my eggs and be like, your eggs good. So I was like, okay. I never thought nothing of it because I didn't want no kids anyway at that time. And that's for a personal reason. That's a whole nother testimony in itself that I would give if God put it on my heart. It's probably one of the biggest testimonies and journeys I had in my life. But anyway, at the time I didn't want to have kids, so I just brushed it off anyway. But anyway, we're gonna fast forward until 2010. I got married, and we was married, and now the question's definitely coming. When y'all gonna have kids? Are y'all gonna have kids? Why y'all don't have kids? Even though I had a beautiful stepdaughter, she was like my child. Basically, everywhere I go on the weekends, we did everything together. But the questions came about me actually having a child myself, and the reason why not, as far as why when I want to get my husband kids and stuff like that. So I always believed in God. Even when me and my husband met, the first thing we did was go to church, but it was the type where we went to church here and there, maybe open up my Bible, read a scripture, and I thought I was saved. I thought I was holy. I thought that was it. Like, okay, I know God because I know this scripture. I remember Psalms. I remember this. I can say it by heart. So I thought, that was it. But to try to make this shorter, stuff ended up happening, and I used to wonder. So finally I started looking into stuff as to, okay, yeah, time. We've been married 3 years, so I haven't got no kids. So I started going to the doctor. Me and my husband was talking about it, so I went to the doctor, and they checked me, and they kept saying nothing wasn't wrong. They was going to put some fluid up to see if it went up in my fallopian tubes or whatever. And then I finally went to one doctor, and she was like, you got PCOS, and I didn't understand cysts on your ovaries and stuff. So I was like, okay. And then she was like, you can take this over the counter. I cannot recall the name of it. It was some kind of baby something over the counter thing that you can take that's supposed to aid you in becoming pregnant. It can help you, it cannot help you. So she was just telling me it might work, it might not work. She was trying to tell me that it may be hard for me to have kids, I'll probably be infertile and stuff like that. So I just took it for what it was. I done had the ultrasounds. They see the cyst. They done shown it to me. So, okay, I'm either gonna have an issue, or either I gotta go to the Walgreens and get these pills that supposed to help me and help my body get healthy, my ovaries or whatever, so I can get pregnant. So anyway, I go home and I share the results with my husband, and he's feeling kind of sad, and he's feeling bad because he's like, I know you wanted a baby of your own. He was like, I know, he had his daughter, but he was like, even though she was like a daughter to me, he was basically saying that I know you want one of your own. So I did. I wanted to have me a child of my own. I'm married, and so just like everybody else, I felt like, okay, So we laid in the bed and we we just lay there for a minute, and then my husband got up and went in the living room to watch TV. And so as he was in there, I was just laying there in the bed, and something just came over me where I was like, hold up. I'm not about to accept this. I'm not about to accept this report. No. This is not true. I took the papers that the lady had gave me that had diagnosed me with PCOS and gave me all this information. I took it and I ripped it up in half, and I went and I threw it in the trash, and I said, I do not accept this, and I tossed it in the trash. So I went and I heard my husband. I was smiling. He was like, "You okay?" I was like, "Yeah, everything will be fine." So I just was in a good mood. So I told him everything will be okay. I'm not worried about it. So finally, I went in the room. Fast forward, I went to another doctor one day, and she would just give me a regular pap smear. Now she's talking. I'm gonna tell you how God works. And you pray for knowledge and wisdom, because as she's talking, I'm not even mentioning nothing about me wanting a baby. I haven't said anything about any issues or anything with me. I'm just going in for my regular pap smear. That's all. But as she's talking, she starts talking about women that can't have kids in their bodies and stuff like that. So finally she was like, only thing is your body just has to work together. It has to be perfect, every organ working right, everything working in order together. So she was like, once everything right and working together, she said they normally get pregnant anyway. So as she's saying that, something went off in me. Oh, I just gotta get my body right, my health right, all this going on in my head. So the fast forward to the fact, once I go home, I start looking up stuff. I come across some solutions. I come across some herbs. One was Vitex. Another one was called maca root. So I ordered the Vitex and I took it, but then I went on and I got the maca root. So I mainly took the maca root. So I was taking that every day. It's not a one pot pill, because we're talking about herbs, so it takes time for herbs to get in your system. So I had an appointment for the doctors to try to do more work. The man said, matter of fact, the doctor even was going to work with me. He was like, for my insurance didn't cover certain stuff, but he was going to write it out as though I was having pain in my stomach, so that way that he can do certain stuff to check and I guess write it off on my insurance or however. So I was thinking, okay, and I was thinking, oh, this is a blessing too, I guess. So, but anyway, I took I'm sorry, my phone went off and it just took my attention. But I took the maca root, and then I changed my diet based on what the doctor said, and me figuring I gotta get my health together. I'm about to get my body working right. So I had cut off the sugar. I rarely, because I love soda, so I had to lay off the sodas. Like if I had a soda, it was like maybe once every 2 weeks. I had to stop buying sodas because I knew if I saw them in the refrigerator, it was kind of tempting. I laid off so much starch, and when I say starch, I mean like I love potatoes. I love potatoes. Like if I was to go to KFC, I used to get the mashed potatoes, and I would get the bread and anything else that was just potatoes, not thinking I'm not supposed to have all that starch or whatever. So anyway, I cut off a lot of potatoes. I cut off a lot of white rice, a lot of french fries, stuff that I love, potato chips. I gave up a lot of junk food. So I started eating more healthier, and I was taking the maca root, and I don't know, I came across this lady, and she had this prayer, and it was for infertility. And I just that's how I know God was working, because it's just like everything was lining up. I found where I can take maca root, like God gave me the wisdom, the knowledge to look this stuff up, find it, actually order it, because I can procrastinate sometimes when ordering some stuff. I sit there and think about it, but actually order it, Start taking it. Then I cut off all these foods. And then I came across this prayer, and it was on infertility, and it was a prayer of faith. It's like this is gonna happen. God got this. God is going to bless me with a child. And what's crazy is I believed it to the point my husband didn't have a son. He had a daughter, and he always wanted a son. So one day he was talking, and I said, I'm gonna give you that son. And I know, he looking at me, and he's smiling, laughing, but he's not taking me serious, I know. And I don't know why, but I knew. So anyway, I'm gonna fast forward back. After I did all this, okay, the macaroon, changing my diet basically. Okay, saying this prayer of faith. And you know how they said faith without works is dead. It doesn't actually mean I have to go out here and do, like they said, just out here doing all kind of crazy stuff, make myself feel like I'm crazy. There were times where I used to walk in the store, my eyes would land on these baby clothes. And I always said, oh, that's cute. I'm going to come back and get that. And I look at it, but I don't buy it. I ain't go that far with it. But I said, I'm coming back and I'm going to get that. And so, excuse me, y'all, if I keep licking my lips, it's just that my lips, I need some water probably, but I was trying to make this fast, so don't take it the wrong way. But I'm sorry, I threw myself off track. But I would go to the store, I would look at the baby stuff, and I would say, I'm coming back for that. And then as I was saying this prayer, and I cannot remember her name, but it's plenty of faith prayers out there on infertility. And you gotta say it. I said it and I looked at it every day, until it was in my heart. And it was to the point where when I was driving to work, something would come up in me and says, I'm pregnant. And then even I was like, oh, no, I'm not. And then it was like, oh, stop doubting. I had to tell myself stop doubting, because something in my spirit kept saying, I'm pregnant. And I just like, okay, I don't know where that come from, but okay, I'm pregnant. And then I used to sometimes be rubbing my stomach. I'd be standing there and then my hand would be on my stomach, and then I catch myself and people like, to me, you pregnant? I'm like, no, I was like, I don't know, it's a habit. I touch my stomach. Okay, we're going to fast forward and make this quick, because I don't want this video to be too long. But I done gave you the main points of what I did to have the kids. Now I'm just going to go into the fact of me finding out that I was pregnant. Okay. One day I was laying in my bed, and I felt like butterflies. I don't know, something moving in my stomach. But I take it as though I had gas. I ain't saying lie. I thought maybe I had gas. I just ate and drunk something. So I got gas. And then I got this terrible headache out the blue. And that's when something hit me like, hold on now, I want to be pregnant. But something ain't right. Mind you, I'm going to live running on with my husband, We doing something. I don't know whether it was Christmas time. We was wrapping up stuff, but we was in there doing something together. And normally we like to, have fun with each other. And at that time we used to drink. We'd drink together as husband and wife. And I remember him saying, Tamika, you getting big. I said, I know, I got to stop eating so much. So he poured me a glass, and I drank a little bit. And then he looked, he said, you know what, I'm not going to pour you that much, because you pregnant? I said, boy, I'm not pregnant. He's like, you big. I said, I know, I got to stop eating. I just told you. I know I eat too much. You ain't got to tell me that. I was like, you ain't got to keep throwing that in my face. I know that I'm getting out there, and I said the sad part, I keep going to my stomach. So he don't want to give me as much alcohol, and I'm like, I don't know. So anyway, I don't drink that much at night because it didn't hit me. Maybe I shouldn't, but at the same time, I don't think so. So anyway, as time passed, I go to the Dollar Tree one day and I see a pregnancy test. They for $1. I'm like, these things ain't gonna work because they're $1, but I'm gonna try it. So when I go home, I'm gonna try to make this short. The test came out positive. So I was like, nah, no. This a Dollar Tree test. So you know me, I'm Googling, Dollar Tree tests, are they accurate? Some people say like they very accurate. Some people like, no, they. So now I'm confused. So I was like, okay, I don't say nothing to my husband when he come home. So I wait until the next day. I go to the store again. I get another pregnancy test from Dollar Tree. So I figured it can't be wrong. Twice. One of these gonna be right. So I go and take another pregnancy test. Boom, that test come out positive. So I was like, I don't know. So I'm just debating on whether to tell my husband out. So when he come home, I get home from work then. He comes home from work and I was like, I don't know if I should tell him because how am I pregnant this fast after the doctor told me I couldn't have kids? I mean, this happened fast. So he in the living room and stuff. So I just put the test on the dresser, and I called him in there, and I was like, trying to hand around and look at the dresser. But you know me, you gotta basically put it in their face. So he looked at the test, and I was like, okay. I said, I know you kept saying I'm getting big, so I went on and got a test to prove you wrong. I said, because I told you I eat a lot. I said, so boom, there go your test. And so he looking at the test, and he was like, is this positive, negative? So he was like, it's 2 lines. Ain't 2 lines pregnant? So I was like, I don't know, read the box. And he looking at the box. And he's like, it said 2 lines pregnant, Samantha. And then he was like, you pregnant. So I was like, that's what that test say. He was like, what you mean that's what the test say? The test say get you. I was like, that's what the test say. I said, well, they Dollar Tree tests. He said, but you got 2 of them. I was like, yeah, but they Dollar Tree tests. So he all excited, and I'm like, please don't tell nobody because I need to know for sure, because I'm gonna make an appointment somewhere because these tests right here. So I had made an appointment at this place where you go for the find out. It's a free place you can go to find out if you're pregnant. They give you a pregnancy test, and if the test come out positive, then they give you an ultrasound to verify. So, let me make this short because I want trying to do no 30-minute video. So they try to, they're verified to make sure. So you get 2 in 1. You can't beat the other time. So anyway, to make a long story short, my husband's so excited. He acting like a little kitty kid. So I don't get it. But me on the other hand, I'm calm, I'm nervous, so I'm quiet because I'm going off of what, you kind of like, and that everything's been pointing towards this as far as my faith prayers, that in my spirit I'm telling, I'm hearing I'm pregnant, everything, but I still like, no, God ain't moved that fast, So anyway, my husband went to let me say before. Okay, so the next morning, my husband leaves out early. He come back. He done went to 7-Eleven. Got me some milk from 7-Eleven and all this stuff. Talking about drink this. So I'm like, I ain't even sure. And I don't want no 7-Eleven milk. But he was like, you need this for the baby. Woo. So he like, drink this and then I'm going to try to hurry up back home. I'm like, no, take your time because first of all, we not sure. We just going off these tests. And don't tell nobody. Boom. At the time, he works with my brother. My brother is his supervisor or whatever. So anyway, I'm making a long story short. I get a phone call from my brother. My brother like, hey, Mika, what you doing? I was like, nothing. I lay back, I'm off today, so I'm just relaxing. Oh, anything you want to tell me? Okay, now I'm like, okay, now. Anything I want to tell him, he calling me out the blue. Oh, boy. My husband in his mouth. I already know. He was like, look, I'm going to be, he said, Mario said he need to come home. I said, he need to come home for what? He was like, he said, I'm just going to tell you because he said he need to come home because you're pregnant and he need to come home with you to check up on you and make sure you're good. He said, so I was calling to see because you ain't need to tell the family. You ain't said nothing. I was like, he ain't supposed to say nothing. I said the test came out positive, bro, but I ain't for sure. I said I wanted to double check. He said, if it's positive, you're pregnant. I was like, no, I want to check. He was like, oh. He was like, yeah, because he was saying he got to come home. He got to go home. He got to go home. So he was like, I was going to let him off. And I said, nah, he ain't got to come home. I'm laying here. I'm okay. He's like, yeah, but he want to go home. So I'm going to let him off and call somebody else to come in or whatever. So fast forward, my husband called me. He all excited. I was like, I'm gonna get you because I told you not to tell nobody. And you went and told my brother. He was like, yeah, I'm coming home. And he was like, I'm gonna stop and get another pregnancy test. He said, but I'm not going to the Dollar Tree. He said, so this way you can't deny it. So he came home. He went to the Walgreens and got a paternity test. So pregnancy test. I'm sorry, my mind's gone. Pregnancy test. I'm listening to everything around me, distractions. I can hear my dog running, man. And my kids, they out of school today because, this weather. They've been out of school for a week because this weather has been caused a lot of kids to get sick, I think. So they've been to the doctor, and so they upstairs. So I'm listening out for them to make sure they don't wake up and call out for me. But anyway, he brought another test, brought it home. I'm gonna fast forward this so I can hurry up and get this over with and not hold y'all up. So when he came home and brought the test, I took it. That test came out positive. Okay, so he was like, ain't nothing you can say now. Da, 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 da. So now I'm cutting out certain stuff because I know when you're pregnant, you're not supposed to eat. They tell you not to eat that the meat out the deli. Because it could be contaminated unless you cook it. So I done cut all this out. Now my appointment comes for me to go to the place. So when I get there, the lady looking at me, and she was like, "You are kind of big." I was like, "Yeah, but I always felt like, because I eat a lot. I mean, I cut out a lot of stuff, but I eat salads. I still eat my protein. I still, And I just felt it all going to my stomach. And so she told me if I didn't take a test. She was like, so you got 3 tests that came out positive? I said, yes. I said, but I didn't trust the Dollar Tree and test. She said, that's really what we use. She said, basically the same thing. She said, but go ahead and take ours so that way I can give you an ultrasound. So once I take the test, she came back. She looked, I gave, I set the test down. I went. She called me, and when she called me back, after she looked over the test, she said, "You are pregnant." And she said, "And we're gonna give you an ultrasound to verify it." So now I know for sure. Okay, now I got more confidence. Somebody else telling me, So we go, and they got the ultrasound there, and then I get on the table or whatever. But when she put me up to the ultrasound and looked at the baby, she said, "Hold up, this baby won't even fit on my machine." She said, "You about 5 or 6 months." She said, "I can't fit this baby. You're going to have to go to a doctor that got the equipment to actually look at this baby and tell you how far along you are." She said, because the machines that we got is for people to verify that they're pregnant, like in their first month, second month, or something like that. She said, but I can't even see the whole baby on this machine. So I'm shocked. And My husband looking at him like, OMG, you know. So she was like, do y'all want to know the sex of the child? So my husband like, yes. I was like, okay, yeah, you can do it. So when she printed it out and she was handing it to me, I said, no, hand it to him. I said, you just give it to him. Because I told y'all what I said and what I felt in my spirit. So he was happy. It was a boy. So when we walked out, he said, what's wrong with you? You don't act like you happy to be pregnant. You're not happy that we having a boy. You're not excited or nothing. And he could understand the fact why I was so calm. And I said, because I told you I was going to give you a boy, so I already knew in my spirit is a boy. I don't doubt that it was a boy. I knew it was a boy. I just want her to show it to you. So, yeah, I think I found out in around October, and I had my baby in January. On one of those where people say you didn't know you were pregnant, like the lady said. I said I felt butterflies, but I thought I had gas, you know. I was one of those. And you gotta think my menstruals are irregular. So if I don't have a menstrual in 6 months, if I don't have a menstrual in a year, it doesn't surprise me. It's nothing alarming to me, you know. With the doctor saying it was normal, hey, I took it and I felt okay. This is normal. So, you know, God. And the crazy part, I knew it was God. I knew it was God. The prayers, you know. Can't nobody take credit for it, not even me, because my baby was due date was on his father's birthday. Yeah. He was due to be born on his father's birthday, but I had placenta previa. And the way that worked, my placenta was blocking, you know, the exit. So if I would have waited and not chose or to have a C-section, it was very risky because they couldn't tell me that my placenta would have moved before I went into labor. And what would have happened, they said, is I had, I think, 10 minutes to get to the hospital. If I didn't make it within that 10 minutes, my baby could have lost his life and I could have lost mine. It could have been one or both. And I didn't want to risk losing my child or my life. I wanted my child to live, and I wanted to live to be able to enjoy my child, you know. So it was God, you know. And God showed me He's been there with me all this time. And sometimes I can't understand because I have, you know, my flaws. But now when I look back at it, I see the purpose in it. I see God answer all my prayers. He even answered prayers where I didn't want to have kids at first. You know, in my first relationship, even though we was together for a long time, I did not want to have kids. Like I said, it was for a reason. But God had it once I met my husband, you know. No matter what happened, no matter the situation, no matter what, God waited until I met my husband. Even though I felt like, you know, I made a, you know, I won't get into that, but I just know it was meant for me. Oh, and the crazy part about it, I'm going to say this real quick. In this video, after I had my son, you know, C-section, via C-section, they put him on this machine, you know, and they was like, they got to watch his oxygen or whatever, because he came, you know, like a month early. And, you know, everything worked out. Even my mama even planned me a baby shower that quick. I kept telling her I didn't even want a baby shower before I had the baby. I was like, I don't need no baby shower. I buy my baby stuff because I'm one of them people. I just, you know. But she was like, no, you're going to have a baby shower. You know, who can come can come. I know it's last minute. So she put something together, and I appreciate my mama for that, you know, and I appreciate my family that came and supported me, and my friends. We ended up with a lot of clothes, you know, Pampers and stuff. So I appreciate those that supported not only on my side, but his side as well. And in January, I think I had my baby shower maybe 2 weeks before I had my baby. I went in for the C-section, and they put him on a machine, and the crazy part about it, they came down there, and they was like, he's doing so good, he have no issues. We probably take him off the thing tomorrow. We're going to watch him. He came off the machine. They took him off. The next day, he was able to come in the room with me and stuff like they normally do. And I went home on my 3rd day. And I had a little fear because this was my first baby. And Eric was saying, you'll be okay. And you're right, my baby was okay. I jumped right into mama mode. And then it wasn't. And it's crazy, I got pregnant right after that. I got pregnant again. So I had my son in 2015. I had my daughter in 2016. Then I had another girl in 2018. So God works on wonders. So just keep the faith. Pray. Ask God to reveal stuff to you, because he actually showed me a boy in my dreams. Me and the boy, and I was bathing him in the tub, little baby boy. So pray and ask God to show you. He will show you. You know, keep the faith. You know, if you having problems, change your diet. Maybe your diet, you know, you're eating some of everything. You free to ask me any questions in private or in the comments. You know, leave your email, and I'll respond that way if you rather keep it private. Anything that I didn't touch. But when I had my other 2 kids, it wasn't no. No, I took meka, sometimes prenatals. Well, yeah, prenatal vitamins are the best vitamins. Even if you're not pregnant, it has everything in it, especially the folate, everything. So I hope this video helps on how God cured me of PCOS. I try to keep it short, but anyway, yes, don't receive their report, the report of the enemy. And I'm not calling my doctor an enemy. I'm talking about the devil. I didn't receive what he was trying to get me to receive. I didn't receive that lie. I didn't receive the fact that I had PCOS. That was first of all. I didn't receive that. I threw it in the trash. And I can tell you how powerful not receiving something is with another testimony that I won't give right now. But I did that in another situation, and everything worked out. No, I put my faith in God, and I said I was not going to believe the lie of the devil. I can't have kids, you know. I don't need no over-the-counter, whatever they was recommending me. No, I'm going to go and do it the natural way. And meka root is a herb. You can buy it out of Walmart. You can order it offline. It helped me changing my diet. Helped. I got myself healthy. I had to cut off some of my favorite things. Sometimes you have to sacrifice. That's the biggest thing, sacrifice. You know, be obedient to whatever God's telling you. I had to say that prayer. I had to have faith. I looked at them clothes and I said, I'll be back for you, because I knew that I was. I had to tell myself this until that was inside of me. I had to realize, who do I believe? Do I believe God? Or do I believe this over here? You know, once I made up in my mind, and I made up in my mind what I was going to do. I'm going to take these meka roots every day. I'm going to eat my salads. I'm going to eat my chicken. I'm going to eat. But what I'm going to do is cut out all that soda. What I'm going to do is cut out all that sugar, because I can eat a whole cake. I ain't going to lie. Boy, make me a strawberry cake, even a chocolate cake, vanilla cake. If I put it in that microwave and it's warm, or either chocolate cookies, them chocolate chip cookies, and warm, I probably eat the whole thing. And I knew that wasn't good for me. Listen to your body. Sit with God. Just sit and ask him to show you. Sit in quietness. Pray. Pray. And ask him to show you, give you the wisdom and knowledge. Because that's what I did. So when that doctor talked, she wasn't talking to me because I didn't go to her for that. She was just talking in general. The subject came up and it clicked. Wisdom kicked in. And then I also acted off of my faith by saying the prayer, by saying, okay, I'm coming back for that, by knowing. God showed me that in my dreams. Recently, knowing. And we all, faith walk is hard. I'm going to be honest. But from the time I tore that letter up, from the time that doctor told me that, I probably got pregnant maybe 3-4 months. And don't put a time on me. Don't go by my time. They could mess your head up too. Everybody's timing ain't the same. Everybody's timing ain't the same. People's timing are different. And another thing I learned was to let it go. Enjoy your spouse. When y'all, love making, however you want to put it. Enjoy it. Don't stress it. I let it go. I put my faith in God and I let it go. I wasn't sitting there saying, I'm going to get pregnant this time. I'm going to get pregnant this time. No, I didn't let it go. I had them put that paper in the trash. I did not receive it. I started saying that prayer, changed my diet, taking this herb. You can take meka test, whatever works for you. Pray on it if you're not sure. I had Vitex, but I started taking Meka. They both regulate hormones. So go get your hormones checked. See if that's an issue. See if you get an ultrasound. Maybe you got cysts, but those things are what helps. So, you just got to know your body. After that, I went on birth control. I got this thing in my arm. Never let it go. I pray. I got the thing in my arm and I started getting sick, headaches and everything. I thought I had 3 kids because, honey, I was done. But you know what? I gave it to God how many kids I have because I asked her to let it go and take it out because something in me telling you to take this out my arm. I had it for 3 years. And they took it out and my menstruals came back normal. I have a menstrual every month now because my faith is in God, And the doctor told me I need to get on birth control. She says to regulate your menstruals because I told her I got off of it because I had irregular menstruals. It was causing headaches and, one time I had pain in my arm. And she was like, but I'm going to put you on birth control, the pill, because you need it to regulate your menstruals. I said, well, when I took this out of my arm, my period's been regular ever since. I can see her face jump, the doctor face jump, but she didn't want to acknowledge what I said because of what she was taught as a doctor. And we're not supposed to question the doctors. But I can say, by me being obedient and going with what God was putting in my heart to take that thing out my arm, my menstruals have been regular. I don't believe God gonna give me no more children now. I got 3 small ones. I mind you, I'm in my 40s with 3 elementary kids. So never worry about time. God know the perfect time. But anyway, I did that. So just go with what God's telling you. Be obedient. Be obedient. We all have that struggle sometimes. Pray and ask God to give you the strength, the guidance. But be obedient, And take care of yourself. Take care of your body because we only get one. That's another thing. Like now, I need to go in there and drink some water. I do. I can feel the dryness in my throat. But I want to come out here and do this quick testimony. I hope this helps. I've been going for, I see what they mean when they talk about short video, and then you look up and see the time. Like, I've been on here 40 minutes. Okay, I'm gonna go and check on my babies. I'm gonna go and get some water for this throat. Get my mouth dry. Feel like I've been out in the snow with no boots. But everybody have a blessed day. Feel free to leave a comment. I know this can be a little touchy, the subject, but just don't worry. Trust. Have faith. And I don't want to go too much into too much, because this video already too long. So I hope I answered your questions. If not, like I said, you can email me and I can email you back. Therefore, I'm not putting it out on YouTube or anything else, because I know some stuff is personal. Even if you just need to vent, somebody to talk to, then you have an ear. Somebody, I actually care, because this is something that I've been through, so I understand. Or you can leave a comment. I hope that the video was simple and plain to you and you get it. I've been a little nervous about this video because I'm not used to giving my testimony, especially on video. I'm used to giving my testimonies to the people around me, but or the ones that inbox me, friends and family. But anyway, have a great, blessed day, and I hope this helped. I hope that I answer your questions. If not, like I said, you can comment or you can email me. I'll put my email in the description box. Be blessed, have faith, and take care of you. Take care of you. And, everything will work out. So anyway, feel free to contact me if you want. This is goodbye, because I'm looking at 41 minutes, and I don't even do videos like that. I don't like 41 minutes. I was trying to make sure I answer everything, because I said I was coming up here last time, and I realized it's been a month. So I said I was going that quick to do this video, and it's been a month. So I want to keep my promise, and God been having it on my heart to share some things. I got another channel that I'll probably do some testimonies on, but I want to come up here because on this channel I have my beautiful babies and they want to do YouTube, and I've been slacking in it too. But anyway, I just did this testimony on this channel because this channel also shows you my beautiful little crew that God blessed me with, and I know He'll bless you too. So He's not a favorite person, so never think that. I had to learn that out myself. My faith sometimes wavers, sometimes I have to pray for strength. But anyway, have a blessed day, because I am not trying to get to an hour. Have a good day. Bye-bye.